Good morning. How is everyone? It's very cold, very snowy, but I'm really grateful that we can be together, at least virtually, to move a little bit this morning since the studio has been closed. This is how Luna Yoga started back in the day, all online. So this is really fun, very nostalgic. It was a little bit of a learning curve once again to remember how to do all this fun stuff, but we made it, so I'm really glad you're all here. We're going to get started in just a minute, but before we begin, I know we're all at home and we might not have all the props in the world, but today I have a strap and then 2 blocks next to me. So you can get really creative with stuff in your house if you don't have blocks and a strap. You could use a belt, or if anyone in your house wears like neckties, you can use one of those. You can get creative for the strap. And then with blocks, pillows are fine. Sometimes people will use their water bottle as a block. So just anything that gives you support. And of course, if there's any other props you'd like to use for this practice, please grab them. We're going to begin in a seated position. So get comfortable and find a seat. I'll take one more sip of my coffee. Okay. Cool. All right, so find a seat. Take a moment to soften your body, to settle. Let's begin with a breath together here. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Begin to soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Relax your tongue and your mouth. Soften your shoulders. Your belly. Relax your pelvic floor. And feel the sensation of your tailbone rooting down into the earth. And at the same time, the crown of your head is extending up. So you might feel the sensation of sitting a bit taller. And begin to notice your breath. Just a gentle flow and movement of air. Notice how you feel this morning. Notice any places that might feel a little tight. We'll start to send extra care, breath, energy to those places. Let's bring our hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center, to palms together, an expression of gratitude. It's here that you might want to set an intention for this time together, this movement. Maybe there's something you're ready to invite in and make space for. In that same thought, maybe there's something you're ready to let go of. Let's seal our intention together with a breath. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale. Good, let's blink the eyes open if they're closed. Welcome. All right, let's begin with a nice big stretch. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, look up. Exhale, let's twist over to the right. So left palm outside the right knee, right hand behind you for support. Sit really tall here as you rotate your torso, the shoulders, chin, and your gaze over your right shoulder. Breathing deeply. For a lot of us, this is our easier side because of how we drive. We'll come back through center. Inhale, reach up, look up, and twist left. Ooh, high plant. And for a lot of us, this might feel a little bit tighter. For me, it does. And so if you notice that, the goal is to just soften and meet yourself where you are. Good. Return to center. We'll take one more big stretch up towards the ceiling and release. Okay, let's come on to all fours. Good. We'll spread our fingers nice and wide. Press your palms into the floor. And I want you to press your knuckles down into the floor so you're actually taking a little bit of pressure out of the sort of the heel of your hand. And what that does is protect your wrist. So knuckles down, and then your knees are right under your hips. Let's take a breath as we drop the belly. Inhale, look up, lift your tailbone. Exhale, press your palms down and round the spine. Drop your head. Really nice, good morning stretch. Inhale, lift the chest, the chin. And exhale, press and round. Breath is very important here. Inhale. Soften the belly. Exhale. Press your back up towards the ceiling. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Let's do one more. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, round. Good, return to a neutral spine here. So we'll take our left shoulder towards our left hip. So you're sort of crunching into the left side, making space along the right side of your body. Take your gaze back towards your left hip. Good, come back to center. Exhale, right shoulder to right hip. So crunching in the right side, making space in the left, and again, gaze back. Good, one more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder to left hip. Ooh, pop, that's good. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right hip. Good, come back, nice long spine. Bring your big toes together. Separate your knees really wide. Come down for Balasana, child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Good, so the goal in this position is to really sink your hips back towards your heels. At the same time, you're extending your fingertips really far forward so you'll start to feel space along the sides of your body as well as front to back. Breathe into your hips, open. Good, and we'll come back up, moving through our tabletop position. So coming back to all fours. From here, shift your body forward. Hug elbows in, bend lower to the belly. Come all the way down to your belly. We'll place the palms under your shoulders. Situate all your mic gear here. So palms under your shoulders, but then I want you to now walk the palms down a little bit so they're more in line with your ribs. And then draw your elbows together back behind you, lengthen your neck. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. It was only a matter of time before one of the cats found me. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lower. One more round. Lift the chest and lower. Good. From here, we'll press back up to tabletop. And then let's come into our first downward facing dog. So as you're settling into down dog, it's always nice to just move a little bit. So you can bend one knee and then the other. Sort of wiggle your hips in space. Maybe shake your head yes and no if you are like me and after you wake up, your neck is really tight. And so while you're finding sort of your own movement here, intuitive movement, we're breathing deeply. So this is where vinyasa, this is what vinyasa means, to sort of marry the breath and the movement together. Good. Come into stillness if you're not already there. So just as we did in our tabletop position, we're pressing our knuckles down into the earth, taking a little bit of pressure out of the heels of our hands. Good. Look forward between your hands. Walk your feet to the top of your space. Let's come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. So separate your feet here and then bend your knees deeply so your chest rests on your thighs and let your head drop. So you can let your arms sort of just hang down towards the floor. If you'd like, you can grab opposite elbows for more of a ragdoll shape. And here we sway a little side to side. You can maybe once again move the head. And release your hands to the earth. We'll take a halfway lift. Inhale, palms to shins. Lengthen your spine, belly button towards the spine. Fold on your exhale. Inhale, we rise, coming up, mountain. Good. Release your hands on the exhale. Okay, let's interlace the hands back behind us. Here's where that strap can come into play. So if you want to use the prop, strap behind you, okay? Or interlace the hands, palms touching, grab opposite elbows. Either one will work. We're going to bend our knees here, tuck our tailbone under, okay? So we're not scooping the low back. We're going to pull belly button to spine. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Pull the shoulder blades towards one another gently. Take your gaze over to your right shoulder. Good, back through center. Over to the left shoulder. Good, and center. Inhale, coming back up, bend your knees. Little back bend here if you'd like. And release your hands. All right, let's move through our Surya Namaskar A. So bring your feet back towards one another. Inhale, mountain, reach up, look up. Fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's step to a plank pose. From here, we lower halfway down or all the way to the belly. Lift the chest slightly for Cobra, Bhujangasana, or take upward facing dog, lifting your thighs. Exhale, let's all meet back in downward facing dog, and we're here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, shift your gaze between your palms. Walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, we lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up, mountain. Exhale, release your hands. Tadasana. Good. Keep the heart lifted. And again, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Now know that you can skip this. You can step right into downward facing dog if you'd like. Or you can lower halfway or to the belly. Lift your heart as you inhale. Hips up and back. Exhale. 3 breaths here. 1. 2. Reestablish your connection with your intention. 3. Stay present. Shift your gaze forward. Step, walk, hop. Halfway lift on your inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Good, let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. Good, let's take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Good, inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Find space along the right side of your body. Energy through the right toes. Palms firmly pressed down. Good, look between your hands, then step your right foot forward. Let's go ahead and bring our back knee to the floor. If you want to use your blocks here, you can. So you would place them just under the palms for support. If you don't have the blocks or you don't wish to use them, just bring your fingertips to the floor. Okay? So press down into whatever surface you're making contact with. Lift your chest as best as you can. Keep the length in your neck. Shoulders soften. Gaze is gentle, looking forward and out. Breathe space into the front of that left hip. So notice where you really feel the sensation. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's in a different place. Softening on the exhale. Good. If you have the blocks, let's place them to the side for a moment. And then everyone inhale. Arms come all the way up. Good. We'll twist to the right. So left arm forward, right arm back. Gentle twist to start. So I want you to notice your hips as you twist, okay? So it's super easy for us to twist and sort of like shift the hips as we twist. Keep your hips where they are, facing forward or just twisting in the torso, the upper body. Now take your left palm to the outside of your right knee. Press your knee into your palm. Leverage to help you twist deeper. You might test your balance a little bit and start to take your gaze back towards your right thumb. Deep breaths. Keep the bend in your front knee. Good. So if your palm is on your knee, go ahead and extend the left palm forward. We'll take our right fingertips to the back of the left thigh. Left arm, reaches up and back. So it's still a twist with a little reverse. And we'll take one more breath. Good. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands all the way down. Pick up your back knee here, so palms on the floor. Step your feet together at the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Good. Let's come into Utkatasana, chair pose. So weight in the heels as you sink your hips down. Extend your arms forward and up, maybe shifting the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Yeah, let's return to downward facing dog on the exhale. Lovely. Okay, let's take the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Again, just pausing here to find space. Good, then we shift the gaze between the hands. Step your left foot forward. Back knee to the earth. Grab the blocks if you'd like, because we'll be here for a few breaths. Okay, so again, just as we did on the other side, we're lifting the chest. Okay, so we're not collapsing in the upper body. Finding length in the spine. Soften the shoulders. Good. Keep your gaze gentle. Breathe. Make space in the front of that right hip. Those who have the blocks, go ahead and just place them to the side. Let's extend the arms straight up. Inhale. Good. We'll start to make our way into a twist. So right arm forward, left arm back, so twisting to the left. Again, hips stay forward, squared, leveled. Just twist the lungs, rib cage, shoulders, upper body. Then if you want to take that right palm to the outside of your left knee, do that. Just be mindful that your left knee isn't collapsing in, so we want to press the knee into the palm to help us twist deeper. Breath. Good. Go ahead and extend your right arm forward. Left fingertips to the right thigh. Right arm reaches up and back. So we'll keep the bend in our front knee, but keep pressing your left heel into the earth. Good. Cartwheel the arms down. Gently pick up your back knee and then step your feet together. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming into Utkatasana chair pose for one breath. And fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. And let's return to downward facing dog. All right, lovely. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step forward. This time we're coming all the way up, crescent lunge position. So as you get settled, make a little bit of space left and right so you have a nice wide foundation. Keep your back heel lifted so you're on the ball of the back foot. Soften the back knee, reach your arms up. And then move your pets out of the way. So arms reach up, gaze forward. Soften the breath. Good, so keep the arms reaching up, keep the heart lifting up. We're gonna swoop the arms back and start to lower the chest slightly. Okay, so fingertips reach towards the back of the space, palms facing down. Activate your triceps. Draw the shoulder blades together. The tendency is to want to straighten the knee. Bend deeply. Breath. Good. From here we come forward. Now, your blocks are available if you want to use them. So we're going to come forward, balancing on our right foot. Keep the bend in your right knee for a minute. And then begin to straighten the right knee. Not all the way, just finding a little bit of height. Left leg is extending straight back. Virabhadrasana 3, you can keep the arms back, maybe bring the hands to heart center, or of course, the blocks are here. So I want you to find a lot of length in your spine, so we're not collapsing and rounding. It's almost like you're creating a tabletop with your back. Gaze down. Breath is fluid. Good, one more round of breath here. Good. From this position, balance on the right foot, come up, Ekapada Tadasana, one leg Tadasana, draw the left knee up and into the chest. Find your balance, steady the breath. Draw your hands to heart center. Move into figure 4 position. So you're going to bend the right knee, sitting back like you're sitting in chair, Utkatasana. The left ankle is on top of that right thigh. Left foot is flexed. So activate the foot, sink your hips back. Again, you can use your blocks here if you want to bring the palms down, or balance, breath. Good. All right, we're going to return to Ekapada Tadasana. Left leg coming up. Whoop, find your balance. Good. Step back, come right back to crescent lunge. So where we started. Right foot is forward, left foot back. Good. One more deep breath. Lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the earth. And let's return to downward facing dog. Take a breath and let it go. All right, other side, left leg lifts high on the inhale. Exhale, step forward. Coming up, crescent lunge. Find your balance. Keep the back heel lifted. Keep the heart lifting. We're softening into the gaze, the shoulders, the jaw, the low belly. Active in the legs, the feet. So that balance of effort and ease. So keep that length in your torso here as you swoop your palms back towards the hips and just very slightly lowering your chest. So rotate the palms so they're facing down. So you can draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. Belly is active, so we're not dropping down. Belly button to spine. Breathe. Keep the bend in your front knee. That's also a cue for me. Good. Start to find your balance. Now, we'll come forward, balancing on our left foot. If you'd like, shorten your stance a little bit. Bring the right foot in, and then lift your right leg back. If you want to adjust the arms or do something different, just play with that. Extend the right toes back. Lengthen the back of your neck as you gaze down, and of course, blocks are available. Breathe. Stay committed to this moment, the shape, yourself. Coming up, Ekapada Tadasana. Keep balancing on the left foot. If you drop the right foot down, it's no big deal. Draw the right knee up and into the chest as you're ready. Gaze forward. Good. Hands to heart center. Press your palms together so the upper body is activated. Move into your figure 4 position, sinking back into chair. Right ankle on top of that left thigh. Right foot is flexed. So emphasis on hips back. That's when you'll really feel that stretch in your right hip. Good. If you want to use the blocks here, you can. So I really want you to get the stretch in your right hip and kind of worry less about the balancing part. So if the balancing part feels challenging, grab the wall, grab your blocks. Good. We'll come back up. Ekapada, Right knee up and into the chest, balance. Shift back, coming right back to crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the earth. Coming back to downward facing dog. Good, let's take a breath together. Breathe in and out. And then let's take a moment here. So find child's pose or maybe find a seat. So take a moment, grab some water, coffee, maybe both. Let's just reconnect with stillness. Reconnect with our intention, our reason for being here. Really embrace the stillness here. The simplicity of this moment. Notice how you feel here. Notice what's shifted for you. Let's all take a breath together. Deep breath in. Pause at the top of the inhale. Open your mouth. Good. All right, let's come back to downward facing dog. How are we doing? I'm finally warm. After, what is it now? 3 days of being cold? Okay. Back into downward facing dog. Let's keep moving here. So we're going to lift the right leg once again on the inhale. Exhale, step forward. Come all the way up to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Excuse me. Deep bend in the front knee. Really get into the hips. So I want your front heel to be in line with the arch of your back foot. Okay, so look down, adjust the feet as you need. Again, bend into the front knee. Extend your arms nice and wide. So really the full body is activated here. Grounding down with the feet, activate the legs, belly button towards your spine, lift the chest, and really reach front to back here. Gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. 2 more like that. Breathe. 1 more. Flip your front palm, straighten the front leg as you reverse. A lot of space in this right side. Fingertips reach up and then back. Good. Come back to Warrior 2. And then come down for extended side angle. Lots of options here. You can bring your right elbow to your right knee, left arm reaching up. If you're here, it's easy to start to straighten and lift the hips. Drop the hips down. Another option, block inside the right foot, hand to the block or hand to the floor, left arm up. Those who are working towards a bind will bring the right arm under the right leg, left arm up and around. 3 breaths. Again, hips are dropping, feet are active. If you're in this bind, explore straightening the front leg. 2 more breaths. Good. Release, coming up, reverse, straighten back into the front leg. So we've been here already. Find space. Good. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right fingertips down to your right shin or the block, left arm up. Here, the shoulders are in one line. Gaze up to your left thumb. Try not to let your shoulders come up towards the ears. Draw the shoulder blades down. Now we do want to start to straighten into that front leg. So if you have a bend, that's okay, but just work towards pressing the foot into the earth to find more length in the back of that right leg. Good. Inhale, lift your chest coming up. We're going to rotate the toes to face sort of that left side of the mat. Okay, so toes slightly in, heels out. A little bit of a bend in your knees. Inhale, reach your arms nice and wide, lift the chest. Maybe look up. Fold, exhale. Place your palms flat on the floor. If they're not flat on the floor, that's fine. Take one of your blocks. Okay. So once you find a surface, I want you to press the palms down firmly and start to deepen the fold. Those of you who go upside down in your practice, this is a good opportunity if you want to do tripod, any sort of headstand. If you're working towards it, just start to bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Really start to breathe deeply. Feel the release in your physical body here. We're here for one more full breath cycle. Good. Palms under the shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway. Stay here, hands to hips, bend your knees. Inhale, come up the rest of the way. Good. We're just going to rotate towards the back of the space. Warrior two. So we're going to bend into our left knee, gaze over the left fingertips. Again, look at your feet, heel to arch. Softness in the jaw, the gaze. Breathe. Flip the front palm. Press the left heel into the earth, straighten the left leg, reach up, make space. Good. And we'll come back through warrior two, and we'll come down for our extended side angle. So again, you've got elbow to knee, hand down. Really activate your low belly here so you can gently tuck the hips forward. Those who want the bind, left arm under the left leg, right arm reaches back. You can use your strap for this too. And then if you're in the bind, begin to straighten the front leg. Good. All right, we'll gently come back up, reverse, straighten into the front leg once again. And then we'll shift into Trikonasana, triangle. Gaze up. Good. From here, inhale, lift your torso all the way up. Let's rotate the feet forward once again. This time, as we fold, interlace the hands back behind you, or grab your handy strap, prop, whatever you have with you at home. Again, the toes are in, heels slightly out. Lift the heart, inhale. Fold, exhale. Good. Get into the shoulders, the upper back. You might gently shake your head, yes and no. Sometimes that's a nice release. We're here for 2 more deep breaths. Continue to soften with your exhale. Letting go. Good. If you have the strap, place it down. Let's lift halfway on the inhale, palms to the floor. Exhale, soften the knees, hands to hips. Come all the way up on the inhale. Good. How are we doing? Okay, great. Let's step our feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Separate your feet hip distance. So for a lot of us, I'm going to move so you can see me. If you place your fists like this between your feet, that's a good way to measure your hip distance. I guess measure is what I meant to quote, not hip. Your hips are there. So fist between the feet. And now we're going to bend the knees deeply. Peace sign fingers, grab your big toes. Lengthen the spine really long. Look forward and out. And then drop the head. So this is an active fold. So we're pressing our toes down into the earth. And at the same time, we're trying to lift the big toes up. So you'll feel the activation in the upper body begin to happen as your elbows are out, left and right. And the head hangs heavy. Begin to feel the stretch and the space being created in the back of your legs as you continue to drive the feet down and lift the hips higher. Good. Release the grip. Inhale, lift halfway, look forward. Exhale, fold. All right, I'm going to give us two options here. So the first option is to come down for Malasana, which if you've ever taken class with me, you know that this is one of my favorite shapes. It's a shape we should do every day. So if you want to be here today and stay here, this is such a great place to be. With Malasana, you can also sit on one of your blocks if your hips maybe feel a little tight this morning. Those who want to add a little extra fire into their practice can play with Bakasana, crow pose. So crow will bring the palms down so they are in line with the shoulders. And we want to move sort of into chaturanga arms. So elbows are not going to go out. They're going to hug in as we bend, right? Knees up to the armpits. So we're going to take maybe 3 breaths here. So you can either stay in Malasana or play with crow. Breathe deeply wherever you are. All right, Bakasana, coming down slowly, come back to Malasana. And we'll all take a breath here. Breathe in. Exhale. Hands to the earth. Hips lift high. Walk the feet back in towards one another. All right, everyone grab your props. If you don't have props, it's okay. I'm going to turn so you can see me, but you can remain facing forward. So we're going to bring the feet together. Blocks are right under the shoulders, palms on the blocks. So if you do have blocks, place them on the tallest height. Squeeze the feet, the thighs together. Lift your heels. Start to lower down to a squat. So we're on the balls of the feet. Legs are parallel to the floor. Squeeze in. So thighs squeeze, outer hips squeeze in towards the center of your body. If you have the blocks, move them back so now they're under the shoulders, okay? Take your gaze down, just slightly. So slightly bring your chin to chest. Belly button towards your spine. Now you can stay here because this is challenging. It's also a really great stretch in your feet. Or if you want to balance even more, bring your hands to your heart. We're here for 3 breaths. Soften. Steady. Good. To come out of the shape, bring your hands back down. Lift the hips as you ground the heels. Fold forward. Good. All right, I'm coming back to the top of the space. From here, we take a halfway lift on the inhale. Fold, exhale. Coming up, mountain pose. Take a nice big stretch, maybe a little back bend. And fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Return to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Exhale. Let's lift our right leg on the inhale. Come forward, come into pigeon pose. Right foot to the left edge of the mat. You can always place a blanket, a pillow, a block under your right hip for support. I want you to take a moment to look back at your left leg. So we want that left leg coming right out of the hip. Okay, so in line, in a straight line. Fingertips to the earth. Press, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. As much as it feels okay, you can prop yourself up if you'd like. Begin to fold yourself over your right leg, deepening the sensation in your right hip. We'll be here for maybe about a minute. Don't lose the breath. So as you're here, just really take note of what you feel. What sensations are taking place. And can you soften even more? And slowly start to lift the chest, coming back up. We'll pause here. Let's bend the left leg, right palm to the floor, left arm reaches back for the left foot. This is optional. Start to draw the foot closer towards your body. If you can, balance, right arm reaches up. Right hand down. Release the left leg. Palms to the earth. Three-legged dog. So inhale, lift your right leg up. And then gently set the right foot down. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale. We bring it forward for pigeon. Look back at your right leg. Palms down, inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale, we fold. Softening into it. If your mind has wandered, bring yourself back here to this moment. We'll slowly lift the chest. Option to pause here or bend the right leg, right arm back. And option to extend the left arm high. Release. Good. One final downward facing dog, three-legged dog. So left leg lifts, inhale, and step it down. Good, let's take a full breath here, breathe in. Open your mouth. Look between your hands. Let's walk, step, or hop to a seat. Legs out in front of you. Here's where the strap is really nice to place it at the soles of the feet to draw the chest for Paschimottanasana. So inhale, find length in your spine, and then hinge at your hips, fold. Really make space in the back of the neck and the upper back by bringing your chin towards your chest. Soften your brow. And slowly lift up. Bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. So depending on how your hips feel this morning, mine are just always tight. So if your hips are tight, your feet need a little more space. So feet away from the body. If your hips feel more open, you can draw your feet closer towards your body. We'll grab the feet, fold. Keep your connection with your breath. And slowly roll yourself back up. Extend your legs back forward. Let's take a block with us as we come down onto our backs. So as you lie back, take the block, pillow, whatever you have, place it under your lower back, okay? And then arms alongside the body, extend your legs up to the ceiling. Sometimes it might feel nice to bring the arms into sort of a cactus position if you want to open the chest. So either one will work. Either keep a soft gaze up beyond your toes or close your eyes here. And take some cleansing breaths. If there's anything you're still holding on to that is holding you back, weighing you down, no longer serving you, now is the time to let it go. Gently bend your knees, slowly coming back to the earth. Let's pause in this supported bridge position so you can keep your knees bent. I do want you to be mindful of your lower back here. Those who want to explore, take your arms overhead. For some of us, this feels enough of a stretch. If you want to go further, lengthen your legs long, keeping the block. Stretch your body. And we'll bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet back to the floor. Palms press down, arms alongside the body. Lift the hips, hover above the block. Grab the block, place it to the side, and lower your hips. Take your feet to the outer edges of your mat. And then windshield wiper, just gently left and right. Release your hips, your lower back. Good. Let's extend our legs long, taking up space with the arms. Prepare your body for rest. Acknowledging yourself for the work you've done. Let's close with the breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. And gently start to bring movement and awareness back to your body. You might rock your head side to side, or wiggle your fingers and toes. Take your time as you begin to make your way up to a seat. Let's bring hands to heart center. Closing this practice and this time together with a cleansing breath. Breathing in. And let it go. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Have a lovely day.